Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at how to use TCM WEAVER to start to compare different formulas, and in this case we'll look at Qian Dan. And this is really cool because this isn't a formula that we learn in our standard acupuncture education. Like for me, this was a formula I was exposed to via Fire Spirit School and especially Heiner Fruhoff's work. He's done a lot of great progress to make this formula more widely known to our profession. So we need to start learning new things and be able to plug them into our existing knowledge base. And I'm just going to show you how we start to do this because we can pull up Qian Dan here. And there's going to be two different formulas. There's the original heritage version, and I'll pop that open. And then there's also the Lu family remix, and I'll pop that open as well. And we can see with our text view the differences in ingredients. You can just take a look and compare, and there's going to be some details between the two. But what I really like here is the strength and ability to go to our graph view and start to look at this in a nonlinear, connected way. A lot of us are visual learners. So what I'm going to do is open up wander mode on both of these nodes. And I know it looks like a lot of stuff, but that's the point of this software, is that we get everything out and then we can start to filter as needed. This way we're not having things fall through the cracks. So I've got these two formulas pulled up, and I'm going to go ahead and filter them so that I can see the herbal ingredients that are in the formulas, because that's really what I'm interested in for this exercise. So we've got two of them, right? Qian Dan, the heritage version, and then we've got the Lu family remix. And we can see at a glance here, there are three common herbs, right? Gancao, Fuzi, and Shaoren. We can see Guiban is an outlier over here, and we can see Renshen and Paojiang are outliers over here for this version. And this is a great way to start to see similarities and differences between any formulas. Now, what I would offer here, like for me, is looking at something like Qian Dan and going, okay, well, how exactly is this different from something else warming or containing Fuzi? For example, like Tang, right? This might be something we would think about using and then have to start to differentiate. Oh, when should I use Tang? When should I use Qian Dan? Well, we can start looking at the ingredients. I'm going to add Tang to the map here. We've got that, and I'm going to expand that with my wander mode as well and get rid of some of the extraneous information. We don't need that. And now we've got, look at this, we've got the ingredients. We've got Ganjiang, Fuzi, Gancao, right? We've got the Renshen over here. We've got the Paojiang's related to Ganjiang, right? It's a Paojir, so they're connected. And we can start to see our different herb formulas, right? The Tang is here, Qian Dan heritage version, and Qian Dan Lu family remix is here. And we can very, very easily get a visual grasp of what does make these formulas distinct from one another. For example, the Shaoren here is connected to both Qian Dans, but it doesn't connect to Tang. So when we start thinking about the Tang, going, okay, just based on the ingredients, I can start to understand this formula and how it's affecting things. It doesn't really have the same aspect of like the damp transformation, for example, the Shaoren has. So it's something like Qian Dan, you're bringing the Shaoren, you're like guiding the Shaoren down deep with the Fuzi, and you don't have that happening in Tang. So you can start to see this way. And then something else to consider if we really want to compare all these formulas is to turn off the filters for the single herbs. We'll get rid of those, and then we're going to open up the indications. And now I know it looks like a lot of stuff, right? So we have to kind of spread things out. But you'll see there's a lot of overlap between the two Qian Dans, right? They're basically the same in terms of indications. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll just get rid of one of them just to clean up the board a little bit. And then I can see Qian Dan and I can see Tang here, and I can start to make comparisons. And actually they don't really have a lot of overlap at all. I don't see anything actually connecting the two. So this is a great way to start to see massive distinctions between the two formulas. And of course there's going to be some similarities, right? But you want to see the things that are different so that you can start to ask differentiating questions. So for example, with Tang, I don't see anything about a red face over here, right? Qian Dan has this kind of floating yang aspect, and Tang has more of just cold all over the place, right? There's not that mixed presentation here that you see here, like sweating and hypertension and these kinds of things. So very, very interesting. And this kind of tool can be extremely powerful for making distinctions that'll help us do a better job with diagnosis and treatment, patient results. Happy practice. Cheers.